All right, all my students out there in econ land, now we're going to start getting serious into the meat and potatoes of any economics class, baby. We're going to look at our first model, an old expression that they say in economics is economists do it with models. Now, if you've seen some of the ladies that the Econ Avenger has been in the past, well, that shouldn't be any surprise to you, but I got to keep it clean here because this is PG. Anyway, we're going to look at a model. A model is any type of visual that's going to help you recognize and be able to analyze and interpret something in the big picture. So whether it's some type of model like this or a graph that you're going to see down the road, you better get used to it because it helps make you think and it helps clarify a lot of things, okay? So let's get that on track. We're going to look at the first model of any economics class, which is the circular flow model, which will basically tell you how the economy ticks. All right, here we go. First thing you got to understand is it shows you how markets operate. What is a market? Well, a market can be anything. The two primary ingredients that you need to have of any market is you need to have buyers and you need to have sellers. So it could be a flea market that you buy used stuff at. It could be a farmer's market downtown where people get together and sell all sorts of fruits and vegetables and all sorts of things. It could be cyberspace when you buy things off the internet. It could be a store. Notice you have two factors involved. You have two participants, of the buyers and sellers. So that's what a market is. So what we look at in the economy, you need to have a circular flow of buyers and sellers hooking up of any markets. And what we're going to establish is the two parties of the buyers and sellers in this regards are going to be businesses and households. So in most cases, businesses are the sellers of stuff, right? Yeah, you go to Kmart, if you even know what Kmart is, I think, they closed a while back ago. But if you go anywhere, whether it's Best Buy or even Amazon, they're the businesses that are going to be selling you things. And in most cases, the buyers are going to be households, people like you and I, or individuals, that they would say. But in some cases now, if you really think about how an economy works, it could be asked backwards. How is it possible where people like you and I, who are households, that we could be sellers and businesses could be the buyers? Well, that's what we're going to get into in the scope of what they call the circular flow model. All right, so there's two markets now in any circular flow model. There's what they call the product market, and there's what they call the factor market. So who's the buyers, who's the sellers? Well, in the product market, if you look at a graph like this, we're going to call that PM. We're going to see that businesses are providing, they are the sellers. They're providing goods and services to households like people like you and I. So households are the buyers. Now be careful, in some cases, they call it businesses. Some books might call it firms, okay? And the other party is households. Some might call it individuals. Let's get that straight, because if you're on a different textbook, who in the hell knows what we're getting at? So I want to clarify that. But anyway, back to the factor market. So you're going to see some loops here, essentially, okay? So in the product market, you're going to have businesses, right, providing goods and services, okay, to households. Goods and services in this arrow are going to be going to households, all right? Now, there's also, we talked about a market where, hey, you can have actual households providing stuff to businesses. Now, in that regards, okay, let's take a look at it. Well, I'm a business. I want to hire some employees. Yeah, well, the employees are the workers like me, and that's labor if you think about it. So remember the factors of production. Factor market equals factors of production. Land, labor, capital, and entrepreneurs with ideas. So businesses have to expand. Let's say that they want to open up a new store and they need the land to operate it on. Well, who are they going to buy it from? They're going to buy it off of people like me who have that property. So there you go. You got land in that particular aspect. They want to buy capital. Let's just say that it's McDonald's and they want to buy beef for their burgers. If it is beef, who knows? But I don't want to start anything here. They might go to a farmer and say, hey, we need to buy your beef. Or, well, let's just say lettuce, okay, for some of the burgers of what they call it. So that's capital, if you recall, okay? You need the capital in order for a business to get started. So there's also a market, in a sense, for the factors of production, where the businesses now are the buyers and households are the sellers. So in that regards, in the factor market, that inner loop, the FOP, the factors of production, okay, households are providing that to businesses. So you see a continuous loop here, okay, in a product market, they're giving stuff to households, boom. In the factor market, yeah, the households are giving stuff to businesses. Okay, so that's half of it. Now, we got to look and see how our economy really ticks with money that's being transferred, okay? Well, think about it as far as with the fairy tale. We now, as households, what we do is we buy the goods and services, right? We buy the goods and services in the product market off of businesses, and we spend money on those things. Yeah, we're going out and spending the cash, and the businesses are making the money. So yeah, see, notice how the arrows go the opposite way. Okay, well, that's half the battle. So what do businesses now do with that money? Well, they want to make more money. They want to make more profits. So they're going to expand. Hey, if they got money to make profits, let's make even more. So what are they going to do now? They are in return going to provide income and money as well to the factors of production. Hey, production. So in this case, the business is doing well. Let's go out and hire some more workers, which is labor. Let's go out and invest some more in capital. Let's build more machinery and factories. Bam! Yeah, there we go. Let's buy some more property so we boom it up. We got land, we got labor, we got capital, we got all those things. So you see that you have different loops going on in different arrows, okay? So boom, take a look at that. So how does it make logical sense? Once again, what's being transformed in the product market? In the product market, goods and services are being provided by businesses to households. Now, if you don't know that, you better get that in your thick skulls or else I'm gonna body slam you. All right, now come on. All right, that's the product market. Businesses are the sellers to households of goods and services. In the factor market for the inputs, as some people say, are the factors of production, okay? Businesses now are the buyers, and the households, people like you and me, are the sellers. All right, you got that? That's the circular flow model. So take a look and see how that works. Hopefully I wasn't covering that, okay? There's all sorts of books. Now, bear in mind, in some cases, they might do it backwards. They might put the businesses over here and households here and factor market here and product market here. It's all kind of gets goofy in some cases, and it pisses me off, to be honest with you. We're trying to teach it. We all got to get on the same page, just like the United States. We got to get on the same page so we can all agree on things. But it all means the same thing. All right. Think we got it here. We know the inner loop and the outer loop are going to have to go in opposite directions. So make sure you know that as well, because that's a tricky question that they're going to try to throw you on tests and quizzes. Outer loop is usually the flow of money. There's one. As long as you know that, you're going to be good for some things. Inner loop is the flow of inputs or the factors of production and goods and services. Okay? All right. Now, it's time for a life lesson from the Econ Avenger. Okay, I want to pass some good nuggets of information on you. First lesson we're going to go is having confidence. When you meet somebody for the first time, all right, what do? I see a lot of students, I see a lot of youngsters when they're introduced to the Econ Avenger. I know they're all nervous and they're antsy and they feel all vulnerable and intimidated because I'm such an icon. But when they do, they go, and they shake your hand like this. No. Here's what you need to do. Listen to life. Show some confidence. If you're on a job interview or if you're meeting somebody for the first time, that's their impression of you. Here's the secret. Eye to eye, web to web. What does that mean? You look them in the eye when you're introducing yourself. Hey, I'm the Econ Avenger. Now, you don't want to go over the top, but you look them in the eye. And then you web to web. This is a web of your hand, and you go firmly against theirs. Now, you don't want to overpower them, but you give them a firm handshake. Firm. How you doing? A couple times, maybe you could shake it. You don't have to shake it like this, and you don't have to do this. You don't have to grab it hard. You just basically eye to eye, web to web. All right? So you learn two things in life today. You learn the circular flow model, which is important to show you how an economy ticks. But one thing I also got to tell you is it can go ass backwards. If an economy's not doing well, all right, I forgot about this. If the economy's not doing well, let's just say the business is doing bad. Well, they're not going to want to hire anybody, correct? They're not going to want to invest in capital. They're not going to want to get ideas from the private sector to come up with new products and so forth. So now, if they don't have the money to spend, now the people who are in society aren't earning any money and they can't buy anything. So it goes ass backwards, if you see. All right, so if a good economy is doing well, yeah, it's like a trickle down. Businesses are kicking ass. They're making a lot of money. People are spending a lot of money. Good. They're going to hire more people. Unemployment rate's going to go down. Production's going to go up. Now people get paid and they go out and they spend that money on businesses. Now they got even more money to hire and invest in the factors of production. And it keeps going, but it can go backwards as well. So all right, you learn that and you learn eye to eye, web to web. I'm the Econ Avenger, and we'll see you next time.